Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we will discuss about 4M of quality control and inspection processes. 4M here stands for man, machine, material, and machining process or method which we are using to complete that product. Based on the it is the based on the team inspection approach. The term we are talking about 4M. It is highly technical and specialized testing equipments, procedures, data manipulated, as well scientific laboratory operations will be evaluated in the 4M category. The inspection of a laboratory requires the use of observations of the laboratory in operation and of the raw laboratory data to evaluate compliance with CGMP. Inspection 4M. First, we are talking about machines. Inspection should confirm that preventive maintenance, cleaning, adjustment on machines are well performed. Machine usage, maintenance, calibration log, repair log should be examined during the inspection process. Verify that the equipment were in good working order at the time the batches were analyzed. Here, these all form the inspecting of machines, like which type of machine we are using, the maintenance process which we are using on machine, calibration logs, and the repair records, like when it previous maintenance has done or servicing has done, or how many parts at which time of interval uh, it is replaced in this machine. And it also verify and examine that the overall each and every component in that particular machine in good working condition or not. This is the overall form inspection of machines. Here are the method or process which we are using to complete our product. Like, information regarding validation of method should be carefully evaluated. Here, what's need at the time of applying method or at the time of applying process. All processes that may cause deviation to a device specification and all validated process must be monitored and controlled. Must be monitored and controlled here. Obviously, the control is done by the operator who is operating that machine, or who is responsible for operating that particular method or process with the help of that machine on any workpiece or any job. If the process is software controlled, first confirm that the software was validated. If our process is automated and it is software controlled, then firstly we should confirm that this software is validated or not, licensed version or not. Review the software documents, software validation activities, software change control, and the software validation result to confirm that software will meet user need. If our process is overall automation, like we talking about CNC, CNC lathe, CNC milling, then before the starting of any process on CNC lathe machine, it must be checked the software documents, its license version, uh, its generation, its validation activities, and what are the various changes is compatible with this software. And overall examine the that particular type of software, and in the last we will sure that it overall it meets user needs or not. Here are the materials requirement or inspection of raw material requirement. This is the third M. Raw material testing is of utmost important as it directly affects the quality of final product, because our final product is finally made from raw material, and if the quality of raw material is poor, then surely it will be go through the bad quality of finished good also. Hence, inspection should examine the analysis of materials, including purity test, quality test, and chart test, etc. Inspect if the method for analyzing the purity were validated or not. Also, not for the inspecting the material, also we have to inspect the proper method which we are using to calculate the quality of raw material. The manufacturer must have complete knowledge about manufacturing process and the potential impurities that may appear in raw materials. These impurities cannot be evaluated by without a suitable method and one that has been validated. Overall, it is saying that we have to check first the quality of raw material, because the overall quality of the finished good is only dependent on the quality of raw material. And if we are checking the quality of raw material, then it must examine that overall processes, overall examine parameters, overall testing parameter which we are using to test the quality, or which we are using to test the characteristics of raw material. The fourth M is man. Man here represent to operator or labor. Either it would be a skilled labor or it would be a non-skilled labor. First, we have to confirm that the person who is working as an operator have been qualified to implement validated process or not. Means the person who is employed on that machine for particular operation, he must have best knowledge of that operation process and that machining process and the properties of raw material on which we are going to apply machining process. Appropriately trained to implement process which yield result that can be fully verified. We should try to employ trained manpower for the automation process. It should be confirmed that the employee have complete knowledge of device and process, as we have discussed earlier. Employee has complete knowledge of devices and knowledge about working of various components of that device and the processes which is done by that particular machines. Confirm that employee are aware of the device defect that may occur as a result of improper performance. He should also knows about the device defect and the device life period and the component life period of that device, and if any occur found during the running of the device, then he may know the alternate process or alternate process to correct the device or to correct the machining process. It confirmed that the employee conducting quality control tests are aware of defects and errors that may be encountered while performing their responsibilities. It is the responsibility of a quality control team who are employed with quality control department. Then they must have knowledge about characteristics of that product which we are going to produce, the characteristics of the raw material, nature of the raw material, properties of the raw material, like it would be a physical properties, like it would be a chemical properties. Then he able to find out the exact occurrence during the machining process, and he also knows that what are the various suitable method employable or applying for the removing of these type of defects. There are the final inspection. Final inspection is known as also pre-shipment inspection. It is the most popular type of quality control inspection for importers. It takes place once all the products are finished and ready for the shipment. Means quality control and inspection done at the finished good inventory. The samples are drawn in a random manner, and thus it can be a representative of the whole batch. If we do random sampling, then the overall quality of all samples are dependent on only one sample. If we doing random sampling, here it is a statistical quality control. It is a technique for controlling quality of product using a set of statistical tools. It involves two elements: a statistical process control. This summarized collection of data makes usage of control charts, and the acceptance sampling. Here is the control chart. Control chart, primary purpose of control chart is to indicate when production process might have changed sufficiently to affect product quality. If we found any error during the machining process, then we slightly change the machining process for gain our prerequisite qualities of that finished good. Then control chart represent the overall changement of machining process, overall changement of a machine's component for the betterment of product quality. If the indication is that product quality has deteriorated, corrective is taken. If chart regularly shows that the product quality regularly deteriorate, then it's time to take a corrective action and improve the quality of the product. Compare attributes or variables of the sample with that of the standard. Compare attribute here, it represents the quality of the product which we are got from the final product. It is a compare of our prerequisites, standard prerequisites qualities with the qualities of that product which are coming from the productions. If we found any deviation, then it must change some manufacturing process, some component of machines. This is the overall of the inspection of the using 4M, like material, man, method, and the machines. Here we can also see that the benefits of the control chart. In the next chapter, we will discuss about sampling process for inspection, like random sampling or 100% sampling. Thank you. Thank you all. Hello all. In this previous chapter, we have seen that various aspects of production planning and control. We have also seen that production planning and control plays a vital role in any manufacturing system. It ensures the maximum utilization, of resources like manpower, raw material, and best manufacturing process for processing any object into the final object. Now in this chapter, we are going to see that various steps involved in production planning and control. Here in the screen, we can see that there are 4 stages of production planning and control, which ensure the best maximum result to the any manufacturing firm or any manufacturing company. Or we can say that production planning and control is not beneficial for any manufacturing plant. It is also beneficial for any service sector. Now there are 4 steps which we are involved in, which is involved in production planning and control. First step is routing, second one is scheduling, third one is dispatching, and fourth one is follow-up. Now we will going to discuss about one by one. Our first step is routing. Routing is the first step in production planning and control. It can be defined as the process of deciding the path of work and sequence of operation. Now we all knowing that in manufacturing plants or in any manufacturing system, there is a sequence of process associated with that project. On which product on that product there are a lot of processes doing in any manufacturing in any manufacturing unit for getting our desired result. This routing is defined the actual path of that object. Means like which manufacturing operation will be earlier, which manufacturing operation in the middle, and which manufacturing operation in the last of that processes. Routing fixes in advance like the quantity and quality of the product, the man machine material which is going to be used, the type, number, and sequences of manufacturing operations, and the place of production. It is not only define the deciding path or the sequence of operation. It also defines the quantity and quality of the product. Here routing is the first step. Now regarding this first step, we only talk about the raw material, means quality of the raw material and quantity of the raw material which is going to used in that manufacturing company to get our finished product. And the second point of routing is the man machine material etc. to be used. Means in that sequences or in that path of sequences, which type of labor, like skilled labor or unskilled labor, which type of machines like automated machines or manual machines, and that material which we already inspected, the quantity and the quality of that material. It ensure the usage of above 3 components. Means man either will be skilled or it will be non-skilled. Machines, it will be automated or it will be manual. And material here refers to the only quantity of material and quality of that material. The third point of routing is the types, numbers, and sequences of manufacturing operations. Means we know that there are various departments in any manufacturing company, like forging department, casting department, lathe operations department. It ensures the which type of operation comes first, which comes in the middle, and so on, which comes in the last operation on that product. And the fourth point of routing is the place of production. The place of production here defined as the existence of that manufacturing plant in particular locality or in particular area, where there are many where there are many ancillary service are available, like uh, uh, if we producing heavy component, then for that heavy component there are many ancillary component which is associated with that object. Then when I say routing is also ensure that that ancillary objects, yeah, that ancillary objects associated with our component is nearby available or not. In short, we can say that routing determine what, how much, with which, how, and where to produce. Routing may be either very simple or complex. This depends upon the nature of the production. In a continuous production, it is automatic. It is very simple. How in a job order, it is very complex. Here, there is a term like continuous production. Continuous production refers to that type of plant where the continuous production is going out about any product, and the job order production is defined at the in any manufacturing plant. Production is based on what a customer give order to that company. This is called the job order production type. Actually, continuous production type and job order production type, this is a type of production system. Types of production system refers to any manufacturing company. There are four type of production system which is associated with any manufacturing company, like continuous production, a job production, batch production. uh, Routing is affected by the human factor. Therefore, it should recognize human needs, desires, and expectation. It is also affected by a plant layout. The fourth type of the production system is plant layout production system. The main objective of routing is to determine the best and cheapest sequence of operations to ensure that this sequence is followed in the factory. Means mm, our last aim is to maximize the profit and minimize the overall cost of that object. We can say that overall cost of that object and maximize the profit of our company. Then routing determines the usage of best quality of raw material, quantity which we have to needed to produce at the for any time interval, like 1 day or 1 week for 1 month. uh, it also decides best usage of manpower, machines, and processes. Routing gives a very systematic method of converting raw material into finished good. As we have discussed earlier, it is tells about us sequences of sequences of manufacturing process. Then we can say that it gives a very systematic method of converting raw material to the finished good. It leads to a smooth and efficient work. It leads to optimize utilization of resources, namely machine or material. It leads to division of labor, means either labor will be skilled or labor will be unskilled. It ensures a continuous flow of material without any backtracking. A continuous flow of material means which we have discussed earlier about quantity of raw material. If we have sufficient quantity of raw material, then for that time period, then for that time period, our no machine will be in ideal condition, or no any manpower will be in ideal condition for that time of period only. It saves times and space. It makes the work easy for the production engineer and foreman, because it makes the work easy for the production engineer and the foreman, because it already defined the best and suitable sequences of processes which will be applied on that raw material for converting this into a final object. It has a great influence on design of factory building and install machine. Actually, the last point is it is telling about great influence on design of factory. Means we have earlier discussed that any manufacturing plant have many divisions like forging, like casting, like welding. Then routing ensure the establishment of various department respect to the various processes which will be applied on that raw material to converting in that finished good. Lastly, here these points are, we can say that these points are a advantage of routing in any manufacturing plant. There are 5 or 6 plant. You may take a screenshot of that pages, and if question arise, like write down various aspects of routing, or various advantages of routing, or routing how routing is beneficial for any manufacturing plant, then surely you have to write these type of points in that type of questions. Now the second step is scheduling. Scheduling is the second step in the production planning and control. It comes after routing. Means in the routing we have already defined the best suitable manufacturing process or best suitable sequences of manufacturing process for getting our desired result. Now scheduling comes after routing steps. Now scheduling means to fix the amount of work to do, how much amount of work, or how much processes, how much any manufacturing processes which have to done on that particular raw material. Arrange the second point of scheduling is arrange the different manufacturing operations in order of priority. Like various manufacturing process, if you're talking about various operations on the lathe machine, there is a facing, there is a turning, there are 2 or 3 types of turning, step turning, uh, step turning, cone turning, or chamfering. There are very manufacturing process only associated with lathe. Then scheduling ensure the order of that priority. Means which manufacturing processes we have to done first, facing or turning or chamfering. Now the third point of scheduling is fix the starting and completing date time for each operation. There is a very important aspects of any production system or any manufacturing plant. Means it decide the rate of our production, or rate of production of any manufacturing plant. It commit to delivery of the project to the vendors or to the end customers within deadline. If we fix means if our company is running on the principle of production planning and control, then scheduling ensure the delivery of shipment within deadline. Scheduling is also done for material parts, machines. So it is like a timetable of production. It is similar to the timetable prepared by the railways. Means which train comes first, and which means we generally saying that Rajdhani are always running ahead of super fast trains, then express, then local trains. Like that, scheduling ensure the priorities of manufacturing process which have to done on that object to transform in final object. Time element is given a special importance to the scheduling. Means time important is given a special importance in the scheduling. Means in a particular time, like 5 minutes or 6 minutes, you have to complete that operations. Uh, there are the different type of schedule, namely master schedule, operation schedule, and daily schedule. Master schedule represent all over schedule of that manufacturing plant. Operation schedule here refers to the only operations, means only manufacturing process are associated with this. And daily schedule means from till morning to the evening, what kind of processes or what kind of operation usage on that raw material. Scheduling helps to make the optimum use of time. Where in the routing we have seen that the optimum usage of man, optimum usage of machine, and optimum usage of raw materials. Here in the scheduling, it defines only optimum usage of times. It seems that each piece of the work is started and completed at the certain predetermined times. It helps to complete the job systematically and in time. It brings time coordination in the production planning. All the helps to deliver the goals. The means we can see that these points are associated with the benefits of scheduling. Like earlier topic, we can see that if questions come regarding benefits of scheduling or advantage of scheduling or how scheduling is beneficial for our any manufacturing plant, then surely we have to write these points. These points basically, all points here refers to the maximum utilization of the time. Means it tells about the starting time and the finish time if all processes and all workers are working timely in that manufacturing plant. So scheduling is an important step in production planning and control because it is associated with time. Means what our commitment with our vendors or what our commitment regarding delivery of that object with our customers. uh, Scheduling fulfill that requirement because it ensure the uh, uh, mm, on time production of that particular object, and our finished good inventory is also fulfilled so that in near future we have no any shortage of delivering goods or delivering finished goods in the market or our vendors or our customers. Now the third step is dispatching. Dispatching is the third step in production planning and control. It is the action doing on implementation is. It comes after routing and scheduling. Dispatching means dispatching is the third step in production planning and control. It is the action doing or implementation stage. Means when raw material means in first point routing, we have select raw material, we have select quality of raw material, we have select quantity of raw material. In second steps in scheduling, uh, 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 we have we are having a timetable of that manufacturing processes. Now in the third step, the implementation of that manufacturing processes uh, on raw material. We can say that the implementation of that manufacturing processes according to timetable or according to scheduling on that particular raw material. Dispatching means starting the process of production. Means this step come from when we switch on the lathe machine. It is an example. Means which we it starts which we on the switch of the lathe machine, then we can say that dispatching is a start. Yeah, dispatching is a starting because now the action phase is going on that particular raw material. It provides the necessary authority to start the work. Necessary authority means if we talking about welding, then the surely HOD of welding department of any manufacturing plant give you order to start the dispatching, or start the doing work, or start doing welding on that particular object. It is based on the route sheet and schedule sheets. Here we can see that this is the line. It is based on route sheet and schedule sheet. Route sheets here refers to the routing, which we have all earlier discussed about the best utilization of man, machine, and raw materials, and the schedule sheets, which already describe about the timetable of manufacturing process. Dispatching include the following points are included with dispatching steps: issue of material, tools, fixtures which are necessary for actual production, materials, raw materials, cutting tools like a single point cutting tool or multi point cutting tool. Fixture are associated with jig and fixture, means it is associated with that raw material. Fixture is uses when if we placed raw material in that machine for any operation. If we found any tilt or any tiltment of raw material, then we use small fixtures just below the material, so that our raw material is strongly fixed on that particular machine for machining purpose. Machining will be either done by the single point cutting tool or multi point cutting tool. Second point is issue of order, instructions, drawing for starting of work. Third point is maintaining proper records of the starting and completing each job on time. Here, maintaining proper records of starting and completing each job on time, because it is the feedback of scheduling steps. We have already discussed that in scheduling steps, there is a timetable for each and every manufacturing process. Then, if we maintain a data sheet, means starting the processing time and completing the that one manufacturing process, then we can assume that or we can predict that uh, uh, overall processes is going according to our scheduling time or not. Now the fourth point is moving the work from one person to another as per schedule. Means we have to produce in a series production. In the series production, first it is implemented by the Henry Ford for the making of Ford cars. There are the various assembly lines associated with the each one, and the first component going to the first man or first lever. Then the first lever only have to process only one manufacturing process, or any process. Then it goes to the second, then it goes to a third, and the later on going to, and in lastly we got a finished product. Then it also ensure the flow from, or moving from one person to another, like routine prescribed by scheduling step. Now the fifth point is starting the control procedure, and the sixth is recording the ideal time of machine. Here ideal time of machine is refers to the how much time machine is in ideal position or not doing any work due to any defect or due to absent of any labor. Means uh, uh, there is no running of machine in ideal time. Ideal time refers to the machine in a stationary position. That time, in ideal time or that time, there is no work performing on that machine. Either it for the any disturbance in machine, or any absent of manpower uh, manpower which is associated with that machine. Dispatching may be either centralized or decentralized. Under centralized dispatching, order are issued directly by the central authority like GM or AM, and under decentralized dispatching, order are the issued by concerned department. We have already seen that there are the various departments in the manufacturing plants. Then decentralized dispatching refers to the any order of starting the machine or starting the process issued by the head of concerned department. Now the fourth step is follow up. Follow up or expediting the last step in the production planning and control. It is the controlling device. It is the concerned with the evaluation of the result. Follow up means the regularly inspection in each and every applied in each and every steps, means routing, scheduling, and dispatching state means inspection is carried out in above three steps. On the basis of that inspection, on the basis of data made by that inspection, we can say that if any error, uh, there is any error during our inspection, then in the next step, means next time of routing, dispatching, or scheduling, we have to minimize that error. Follow up finds out any remove of defects, delays, limitation, bottlenecks, loopholes in the production process. It because if we find these type of activities, means any defects, delay, limitations, bottlenecks, loopholes, then for the next processes we are ready to remove these type of limitations or bottlenecks. It measure the actual performance and compare it to the expected performance. Because firstly, when we do any processes like routing, scheduling, and dispatching, and after we have finished goods in our hand, then on the basis of inspection we can say that how much takes each time, or how much take time by any specific manufacturing process. On that basis we can say that there is slightly change in routing, scheduling, or dispatching for the better rate of production of any manufacturing plants. It maintain proper records of the work, delay, and bottlenecks. Such records are used in future of the control production. Follow up is performed by the stock shares and the expenditure. Follow up is necessary when the production decreases, even when there is a proper routing and scheduling. Production may be disturbed due to the breakdown of machinery, failure. There is the some circumstances where where we simply ignore these type of delays, limitations, or bottlenecks, because due to breakdown of any machinery, or failure of power, shortage of materials, or labor strike, these are also like these type of factors. Now if we summarize these chapter, we can say that in the last of the chapter, in this chapter we learnt about various steps in production planning and control, how it is affected to any manufacturing plant. There are four plants. I am going to summarize this lecture. There are four steps in production planning and control: routing, scheduling, dispatching, and follow up. Routing ensure the maximum utilization of manpower, machines, uh, and quality and quantity of raw material. Whether the second step, scheduling, is all about time, means it is a timetable of manufacturing process, how much time the object is stationary in one department, and how much time object is stationary in another department. Dispatching is start the operation uh, uh, by the order of head of department or head of the company. And the fourth one is follow up. Follow up is like feedback. We can say that this is a feedback. If any error, if we applying these three on quality basis, routing, scheduling, and dispatching, then what are our feedback? On the basis of feedback, if we have some change in routing, scheduling, and dispatching, then surely we have to done for a better rate of production. Thank you. Thank you all.